Get a 30-day free trial with aweber.com. Click the link below the video right now. Hey guys, we're back with the second part of the how to build an email list course. And this part I'm going to show you how to create sign-up forms. So you might see kind of forms like this. This is kind of a landing page form. You might see them on the side of some people's websites where they have a little opt-in thing there where they say like subscribe to my email, and then you have a little button there where you can put in your email address. I've changed mine around just a little bit just because I think people, if they know they want something, they might click that opt-in kind of pop-up thing. I can show you how to do that in a later video, but right now I'm just going to show you how to make a simple opt-in form, and I'll show you how to create a landing page form using the exact same form. So we're back into Aweber again. We're still using my same list. Now I'm going to go to sign up forms. We're going to create a sign up form. So create your first sign up form. Okay. And I'm going to use a basic sign up form here because it's just easier. And especially if you're not experienced with this, use what actually Aweber give you. Because I remember when I first started this, it was a bit daunting and I wasn't as good with graphics as I am now. But I've gotten a lot better with graphics. I used to be absolutely terrible, but Aweber has some really nice little forms in there, and you can click on any one of those ones that you want. I'm just going to use the plain one right now because I want to put in my own images and I want to show you how to. So I'm just going to get rid of this footer message. I'm going to get rid of this little thing here. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to change that download button. So we're just going to go to advanced options. We're going to go to gallery and we're going to click for a nicer little button. Oh, that looks much nicer now. Or we can put a download button. See, this is really important actually. The nicer the web form, the more people are going to opt into it. So you kind of have to make it stand out. As you can see with mine, I'm being a little bit more cheeky. I created a little plugin added a little plugin into my site that makes my opt-in form pop up. And that's just a cheeky little thing. Some people just have this little form on the side where they can put in their email address. And I'm going to show you how to add an image onto these now as well. So edit header, and you can see with advanced options I'm going to find an image, and you can see I've already added a header before. I'm just going to make a simple one, and I'm going to change up the height 1 second out because it's just not fitting in there. So I'm going to put in 150 and I'm going to put 150 again just to make it resize, and there, that's much nicer now. And you can see that field is really nice now. It's much nicer. There's a nice little image. You can leave name and email. A lot of sites have name and email, but from all the marketing guys out there that are teaching stuff like this, I've heard that the less you make people do, the more they will do. So from now on I've actually gotten rid of the name, but it's up to you if you want to leave it there. You can leave name and email, but what I will do is I will show you value. I will put name there instead, and I will get rid of name here because it's taking up too much space. And then I will copy that again and take this out of the way as well. So now name and email are in the box, and it just looks a little bit neater. I'm gonna put in 1 second now. Yeah, I'm gonna change the color of the writing, and you can see that I've changed the writing and I've saved the field. So basically what I did there is I just came into the writing part, and you can see where the writing, you can change the style of the writing there. You can make it bold, you can make it italic, you can underline it to highlight it. It's up to you, whichever you think. You can make it a bit smaller. I think the bigger the better. And it all depends on the image that you have or what you're actually giving away for free. Or it's called an opt-in bribe. This is what I have. I've got like some untagged freebies and some discount codes and some extra free bonuses. I have other kind of things on my site as well. But for this opt-in bribe, you could think of your own kind of opt-in bribe. So if you're an artist, you could think of discounts for your merch store, discounts for tickets to your shows. You could put a discounts for your CDs, mixtapes. You could give people your mixtape if you wanted to opt in and get my mixtape. And it's a great way of marketing yourselves, guys. There's so many people out there just driving traffic to DatPiff, and DatPiff is picking up all those emails, all those subscribers, and then all these people are left with just views on a page. So if you're marketing your mixtape or your beats this way, this is a great way of capturing the email of that person, and then kind of it's up to you to kind of re-engage with them after that, but always try and get that email address, because you never know when these kind of social sites might disappear, as you know with MySpace. So I'll just leave that away. I will put in a tag. This just lets me find what I'm looking for later on. So I might put in free beats. So that's just a tag, so I know where to find people next time. It's up to you, whatever. So if that was your mixtape, you put in your mixtape. And then I'll save my web form and go to step 2. Now we've created that web form. I'm gonna leave this basic preview thank you page, okay? So this is what thank you page, thank you for subscribing, all right? This is Aweber's basic one. You can leave it on default if you want. But if you've got your own page on your website, so if you've created another page on your website where people can download, or a thank you page, I would advise it to do like with my site now. I'm not sure if it'll come up. I think I'm already logged in, so it should come up. Yeah, with my site here, I get people to tweet or tweet or share it just to access the free downloads right after they've subscribed to my site. It's just another way of getting that extra engagement factors out of them, and plus it's easier to kind of engage with them on Twitter. If someone tweets this after or shares it on Facebook later on, I can talk to them on Facebook. Then I can have 2 ways of engaging with them. I have email and I'll have social at the same time. And it's a good way of getting to know your subscribers, building relationships and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, I can put in my 10th download page here. So I'm gonna go to, you can leave it basic, leave it on Aweber's one if you want. I'm just gonna show you how to put in your own thank you page, but I do advise you to create your own thank you page. I would always open it in a new video or a new window. And again, I'm gonna put in my thank you page again for those people who have already subscribed, and I will leave that as leave that information as it is. I will change the name of the form as well. So just to keep it with this, I'm gonna call it demo downloads list, and then I'm gonna track it because I'm gonna make multiple lists, or I'm going to make multiple sign-up forms. So this one might be just for my sidebar. Another one might be just a page on its own, and then another one might be on this blog post. So then again, I can track everything where people are signing up, because sometimes I mightn't have put it in the form where people are actually engaging on my site. Like you can see on this page, there's an audio play here. The best place to put it would be right under here where people can see it, or put it under a video or something like that, just to kind of make sure it's in the right place. But then again, it'll always, if you track what you're doing, so I'm just going to put it in a sidebar here, sidebar, so I know exactly which kind of list it is. So this is going to be my sidebar list. This is not hard, guys. When you see code or something like that, so a lot of people get kind of scared and they freak out when they see this kind of JavaScript, or they kind of see this little HTML thing. All you have to do is just some copy and paste, all right? Now, just before I show you where to copy and paste the form into your website, there is a little link. If you want to just share this on your social profiles, you can grab that link, and it's a page on its own. So if you don't know anything about, if you don't have a website yet or anything like that, now you have a page where you can get that downloads or those. So someone can put in their email and their name and address, and then they can download those opt-ins that you are giving away for free. So the next part is you just grab the code and you just go to your website. I'm gonna, one second, edit post. I'm gonna go into a little sidebar option here now in a second when it loads up. So you can kind of come into the text section of your website. It's up to you where you actually want to put the web form. So you can come into your website, and it's all it is copy and paste, guys. So you can copy the raw HTML part, or you can copy that little JavaScript part, and then just copy and put it into your website there, wherever you want it to put it into the text section of your website. But if you wanted it on the widgets section, one second, I'll just call it a widgets section. I'll just go to the sidebar. You just go to text. One second now. I'll get another one. I'll get a new one. I'm just gonna call it AWeather. Alright. And then I'm just gonna grab that little bit of code, and I'm gonna, it's up to you which one you want. I'm gonna grab that, and then I'm gonna just copy and paste it into this little section, and then it should pop up on the sidebar of my website after. And it's just as simple as that. There's no kind of crazy thing like that where you have to kind of edit everything or change codes or anything like that. It should pop up on the sidebar of your website after that. And that's how you create a sign-up form, and that's what people actually subscribe to. So I'm just gonna go back to my website now, and I have my one here where I've actually put a different little pop-up on. But that's my little tricks for my site. If you want to just use this little window, which is probably better because there's less distractions on the page and people will actually opt into it. So that's how you create your first opt-in. You've already published it, so I'm just going to go back to sign up forms just to prove that it's created. And there's and then I will tell you where it is. It's inline. It's how many times it's displayed, and submissions, conversion rate. Conversion rate is how many people have opted them in based on the times that you have shown the web form. You can copy this and then change the name over and over again, so you have multiple web forms. So if you only want to track this one, then it has its own place here and it has its own number of submissions. It's up to you which one you want. I'm just going to show you something else, what you can do inside it as well, just to make sure that you know this little section as well, just off by heart. Another little part you can do is the type of form you want, and there's different types of forms. There's a pop-up, Lightbox, pop-over, or inline. Inline is really like in the blog post. Pop-over is like and a Lightbox are kind of these things that trigger after a few minutes. So it will show you. So you usually see these kind of something like this that was on my page. Do you ever come to a page and this kind of happens after a couple of minutes? That is called the Lightbox function on this So the best thing you could do is actually copy that form. One second, I'll just go back to the form again. So I'm just going to copy this form, I'm going to go in. I'm not going to change anything. It's just, this is preferably just for tracking purposes. And I'm going to change it to Lightbox. And then I'm going to go to, wait, I'm actually going to show. So basically it's going to fade in. And then I'm going to make it to come up in 5 seconds. So the quicker it comes up, the best time to catch people at it. So I'm just going to save the web form, then I go to step 2. It's the same settings again here. The only thing I'm going to do is going to call it Lightbox. So you just see, I'm just going to say LB because I know what that means. And then I'm going to go to this section here. And then again, you just copy this little section here. And the best place to put it in your site is in the body tags of your website. So I'm just going to go back to my site, and then I'm just going to go to dashboard. I'm going to go into my website, and then I'm going to put it into the footer section. So I'm just going to go to, one second now, widgets again. Widgets, and I'm going to put it in the footer section. One second now. I'm going to put it in, one second, might be in one of these actually. No, there's no text box. So I need a text box for it. So I'm just going to call this footer. I know what it is, or I'm not going to call it anything. It's going to come up on my website. I'm just going to leave it like that. And wait, I'm going to save it. And I'm going to drag that text box over to footer, center footer. Just leave it there. So I'm just going to hit save just to make sure it is. And then I'm just going to come back to my website. I'm just going to leave it alone for a second now. And it should come up on the site. And you can see the Lightbox has actually created that page on my site. I'm actually going to delete this now because I actually don't want people signing up to that yet, because I'm actually creating a better one on my website. So I'm just going to delete that now again and see. Okay, but you get what I mean anyway. And it's a great way of capturing emails. So I've shown you how to create a Lightbox, and I've shown you how to create sign-up forms. And I've shown you how to design sign-up forms. Okay guys, actually in the next tutorial I'll actually just show you a brief video of how to design nice images in Canva, just to show you how to create a little bit of the more graphically designed something is, the better people will opt into it. So that'll be in the next video, guys. Get a 30-day free trial with aweber.com. Click the link below the video right now.